So today's video is what suffered, what got damaged, and what were the poor results we had over winter and this late cold spell in early spring. Well guys, welcome by the way. These are things that happen without being able to keep track of everything. Remember, when you have over 200 plants or even more, you can't keep on top of everything, especially if you're not organized or your personality is not analytical, and there will be losses and there will be damage. Today I'm going to show you what was damaged over the last couple of months, late winter, early spring. And this is a peace lily I'm showing you now. And yeah, it got burnt from the light frost we had. We had pretty light frost this winter. Light frost means temperatures between 3 and 5 Celsius. And these peace lilies are usually used indoors as decorative plants, not outdoors, unless you're in the tropics. Yeah, so this is a true tropical that you don't want to have outside in a temperate climate. But that's right, it'll come back. Watch how it looks after I clean it up. And this is another one. I got two of them here, which I put in the ground last spring. So they've been here for about a year. All right, let's tidy them up and see if we can make them look nice. But they are alive, and there's a central leader coming here. See this guy here? He says, hey, I'm alive, and I want to give this plant or give myself another chance. So this one is tidied up now. Just took me 2 minutes. And that'll come back pretty good over spring, over the next month. We'll check back on it. I'll clean up that one now. And there you have it, nice and clean. Again, give it a month and you won't believe it. It'll look like a brand new plant from the nursery. I even found a sucker growing up under it. So that not only survived, came out of nowhere during this cold pandemic. Let's move on. The other noticeable damage from the cold was on this cherry moya, not my main one, but my backup cherry moya that I've had in the ground for 6 or 7 years. It's dropped a lot of its leaves. A lot of the leaves were affected by cold damage, like that one there. See that? But they fall off now anyway, guys. This one doesn't want to fall off. There you go. So these are so minor issues that I really don't even need to be documenting this, but some of you guys panic when you see this. But remember, for tropical trees, autumn is spring, not autumn. Not autumn. There's some more damage here. Damage, well, call it whatever you want. It's really autumn. Springtime is autumn for tropicals. Not all tropicals, but some of them. And the cherry moya is one of them. So this one didn't do anything this year. It took this year off and it took last year off. Strangely enough, this cherry moya was the first one to fruit, not the main one, which is 10 years old and 4 times as big. Yeah, weird things go on in the plant kingdom. So this one is already dropping its leaves, which is what we want. The other one isn't. Let's go and check it out. Before we go to the other chirimoya, another one that's copped a lot of damage over winter are the bananas. See that leaf there that's missing? I chopped it down because it was a casualty of the winds we've had, and there was a lot from there too. They're the lady fingers. This one is a ducase, or ducasi as I like to call it phonetically. And that's not a problem, we just put the leaves just below and refeed the plant. So even though we had a lot of leaf damage from the wind on the bananas, not a problem, guys. You just tidy them up, clean them up, and bring it all down back to the family there and let them deal with it. Since I'm here, I've also got the grapevine, which has come back to life now in spring. It's a black grape and a green raisin, sultana we call it here. More cold damage for the bananas. This is the red Dakar, and it's a dwarf, right? Guys, it's okay. They bounce right back in mid-spring, mid to late spring. That's next week. Next week, or over the next 2 weeks, there'll be brand new leaves coming on these dwarfs. But they get leaf damage even in the tropics, because they get winds there too. But they don't get this. This here happens when the temperature drops to 5 Celsius. That means below 40. When it gets below 40 Fahrenheit, you get toast. Toast for breakfast. So here's the main chirimoya. That's that didn't get any cold damage whatsoever. Zero. None. So it's getting better and better every year, actually. Stronger and stronger. More cold tolerant and cold resistant with every year. So we didn't get much as far as fruit goes, because they came late. They don't like late. Late means you're not going to get fruit development. So these came in autumn. They should come in summer, because I let these self-pollinate. And looks like this summer I'm going to have to pollinate by hand, which I don't want to do, because I did it once, like 5 years ago, and I got nothing. I got no results. Either I did something wrong, or I don't know what happened. So I gave up and let it do it itself. But the problem is when it pollinates itself, it always chooses autumn to do the self-pollinating, not summer, and it's too late. You saw the size of the fruit. Right now I should be harvesting chirimoya. This is the harvest period, September. Other signs of cold damage are on these tamarillos, the ones that were left out in the open, unprotected, and also bugs. The bugs love these leaves. So you got the bugs chomping, and cold, and probably mineral deficiency. As I I didn't fertilize them over winter, other than sea salt. But even though they were almost in complete neglect, look, this is how the Tamarillo rewards me. Hang on, let's get some focus. This is how the Tamarillo rewards me with all the neglect that it suffered. It's gonna fruit. Well, it's gonna flower first. So, flowers and fruit coming on total neglect. How's that for a survivor? These are the kind of plants you want in abundance around your garden. Did you see that? Can you believe it? All of them, they're all flowering. Look. Oh man, this focus. They're all flowering. Look. See that? All the Tamarillos are flowering. The ones that are left out in the open cold, all winter, with temperatures down to 0. Yeah, we had 0 in June. This is the coffee plant, which was doing great until a month ago. Well, it still is doing great, but about a month ago, it decided to freak out from the extended cold. It's like cold in May, cold in June, cold in July. Wow, we're still hanging on. And then August, the end of winter, cold in August. Well, this is what's going to happen. You're going to get leaf burn, leaf drop, and stem burn. See? That's what happens after 4 months of cold. And now in September, spring, well, it was nice until a couple of weeks ago. And then we got this extra winter cold, just for good measure, right? Look at this. The coffee plant gave up. It gave up the ghost. So what am I gonna do? Give up? Would you give up growing coffee when you see this? Or would you be surprised if I was to say it got a coffee berry over winter? Yeah, a coffee berry. That means a cup of coffee on its way. Even though this happened. This happened whilst this happened. Wow. So guys, do not, I repeat, do not go for all the rumors. The rumors from the naysayers. The naysayers are those who themselves haven't given any results or evidence, but they're all talk. Or they tried and failed. They tried and failed. Well, I've tried and failed also. But then I've tried and succeeded. And that's what this channel is all about. Look at this beautiful coffee berry. It's turning color. As is that one. I'm sure there's a few on here, but I'm not gonna go through this now. You got the idea, right? Do not be put off by cold damage. And by the way, that coffee plant is not in a pot. It's not in a greenhouse. It doesn't get overhead protection from a canopy. Just for the record. a bunch of yellow leaves on this citrus. You've seen this before, but for those that haven't seen it, in the future watching this video, watch this. Watch this. Look at this amazing production of pomelo. Flower buds, more than you can never count. There's over 500, maybe 1,000. I can't count them. I'd be here for 2-3 hours, guys. So even though there's yellowing on the leaves out of winter, there's a immeasurable amount of flower buds, and a good sign with the new tips that have come for spring now of shiny, glossy green foliage everywhere, all over. So it's looking like a winner as far as the color, the health, and the fruiting of this Vietnamese pomelo. Nam Roi. Don't give up. Same with the white sapote. All these leaves that are yellow and really ugly, scary. What's wrong with my tree, right? There's nothing wrong with your tree. This is normal. It's not cold damage. It's just shedding its leaves. Remember, guys, you got to think outside the box. These are not cherries or plums or apples. They drop their leaves at a different time to, as I said earlier, cold weather, cold climate fruit. The subtropicals and tropicals shed their leaves in spring, not autumn. All is well. All is very well here in Fruitopia with the white sapote. Look. Of course it's going to have leaves dropping, just like any other tree. Same here with the guava. Nothing wrong with the guava. It's just time to shed some leaves. I've been asked this question so many times. Why are my guava leaves turning red or yellow? They're meant to. That's why. It's autumn now for the tropicals. In spring. So I keep saying this all the time. It's normal. There's the new shoots coming for next year. So just remember this. These tropicals are adjusting themselves for us. We're not adjusting ourselves for them. Okay? This is the Picotin avocado dropping its leaves also. It's not cold damage. It's normal. It's making adjustments to fit in with our local climate. Okay, not the other way around. Yep. This Picotin is more of a tropical variety. That's why it's in full bloom. It's been like this since June. It's completely spun around by the timing here, because up in the tropics this would be sending out fruit already, but not here. It has to adjust still. It's only 3 years here in the ground, so it brings the fruit at the same time as the other avocados in late spring, early summer. So don't be concerned by that at all. Ignore it. It's normal. This is what the avocados usually look like here in a temperate climate. Okay guys, Signing off now. Hope you enjoyed this video. Please like, share, and subscribe if you haven't.